So, Tim, can you give me 3 predictions for the next 5 years?
Sure. One of them comes from a deep-seated feeling that whatever is will not be in 5 years. Well, some things will be, but some of the biggest, most obvious. So, in terms of social networking, which has become a major part of the internet and its impact on us, and therefore advertising and what we need to understand. At the moment, Facebook is the 800-pound gorilla in the year, but then in the room. But then MySpace was, and before that, Friendster, which a lot of people don't even remember anymore, is roadkill by the road. And what does that mean in 5 years? That means Facebook, watch your back. Maybe it'll be Google Plus, which seems to suddenly be emerging from the shadows, or maybe it'll be something else. But I think we have to get used to change, even in the things that are big. Even the things that seem like rooted in stone, they aren't in the internet age. So my prediction is, I don't know if it'll be Google Plus, but there'll be some other big social network thing that will suddenly be at the center of everything in 5 years. In terms of a second prediction, I do think the mobile technology that we use is going to be quite different. This may be old news to some, but I had my iPhone in my hand, and somebody else had their mobile phone in their hand, and they just asked it a question, and it gave them an answer. Not only are they going to get smaller, not only going to last longer, but I think they're going to be scarily human in 5 years. And it will be more interactive rather than the tweeting, the typing, the composing short messages, all the misspellings. We get beyond that, so we don't have to figure out how to spell anymore in 5 years.
Set-top box data continues to be an area that holds great potential. What do you see as its potential going forward?
Well, as many have said, its potential is great, but the execution is dreadful, and it's been about to happen for as many years as I can remember right now, at least going back 10 years. It's just about to break on us, and there's so much potential. And yet, because of the way the business is structured, basically, it's been very, very hard to pull it together. The owners of the data just did not have the infrastructure that many researchers thought they had, frankly. It couldn't get at the data in the ways we thought they could, nor could the business models be worked out in a way that was satisfactory to everybody. So Canoe comes paddling along and looks like it might provide a breakthrough, but Canoe itself, in the last, what's it been now, 3 years, I guess it's been in existence, since 2008, has been going through the rapids, and that Canoe is bouncing around from shore to shore. Now, of course, we'll have a new CEO of Canoe since David Berkman is leaving, and one has to wonder how much more money is going to be poured into it without the kind of return that was promised in 2008. So I think that while set-top box data clearly holds great promise, and I was very involved in a study in this just recently, that the realization of it is going to take a lot longer than we ever thought. And it's almost worth our time to focus on some other things and let the potential users and the potential sellers of set-top box data get their act together before we spend more time worrying about it.
So, if set-top box data remains challenging for a variety of reasons, where do you think we should be placing our priorities at this point?
Well, I do think that the providers of research, both Nielsen and competitive companies, should be working as hard as they can at working out business models that allow them to aggregate more data. But it's becoming quite clear, I did some work for the what's now called SIM on this, it's becoming quite clear that the users of data, as well as the sellers of data, realize that going forward we don't need more nose counting. What we need is something that's closer to ROI, something that's closer to, did that advertising campaign move my product? Did that, whatever I did in the media, is it effective in forwarding my business, irrespective of what age you are, or what generation you are, or how long the commercial was, or how it tested, or how many eyeballs were on the screen, or any of that other stuff? Did it help? So As researchers, I think one of the best and most important things we can contribute to the industry is getting closer to that. Turner did some stuff on environmental research, for example. That's the way we've got to go. We've got to go in ways of how do we provide messaging. Don't even want to call it advertising. Messaging that in fact furthers the business goals of our clients. And that can be done by the internet. It can be done by various mobile media tracking devices. It can be done by scanner data from stores integrated with others. It's all going to be combined data. Could be single source. I think it's more likely to be combined from several sources. But we've got to look at more creative ways to prove the value of the messaging that we do, however we do it, than we do on finding another way to recreate a big nose cone.